I brought a case back from the dead. I made it live again and then settled it for several $100,000. This case was rejected by 3 other lawyers, by the way. My client was a motorcyclist. He crashed his motorcycle after hitting a defect in the road surface. The road was owned by the state of New York, and the allegation was that the state of New York failed to maintain the road in a reasonably safe condition. The problem is, when you sue the government, you are obligated to file a notice with the government, advising the government that you're going to sue. His failure to do so could result in him being prohibited from filing the claim. He called me 8 months after the crash. And again, 3 other lawyers rejected it because they said, well, you're late. You can't do anything with it. However, I knew of a provision that allows you to apply to the court to ask for an excuse, and you have to lay out the reasons why. This individual was ejected from his motorcycle. He broke his hip. Wasn't a big fracture, but he had to have surgery. He had to have the hip pinned. Then he was put into a nursing facility so he could rehab, and he was poor. So his phone got turned off because he wasn't working. He didn't think about suing anybody until sometime later he was driving on the same road and realized that it was under construction. And it made him think, well, they're probably repairing the road because it was neglected. And he was right. The state of New York had already had plans to resurface this particular road because it was in a poor condition. So we made the application to the court. We had a number of reasons why he should be entitled to file a late notice, and the court agreed, gave this individual permission to file the late notice. And then the state of New York tendered the claim over to the contractor that was hired to repair the road. And so now that contractor's insurance company called me and said, John, we want to settle this case. We had possession of that road at the time of the crash. We know it was in bad condition. We didn't warn about it. We know your guy was hurt. Let's settle it. And without even doing depositions, I settled the case for several $100,000. And remember, when this guy called me, the case was rejected by 3 other lawyers, and it was dead. He was not timely. And I brought it back to life.